life is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Well, in a world where challenges are plentiful, it's easy for us to feel discouraged. Yet with enough guidance and support, most people can achieve more in life than they ever dreamed possible. Well, beyond your fears is everything you ever dreamed of. For the DrStem Show, we'll give the voiceless a voice and the hopeless hope. And now, here she is, DrStem.
Hello, real quick, before we get into the show, I wanted to invite you to a free 7-day manifesting challenge. Here's the thing. I believe that we all are capable and able to achieve our dreams and desires at any time. But we have to know how to be receptive, how to manifest and receive that which we are asking for. So for 7 days, I'll be sending you an audio or video for you to watch and then do the things that I say in that video. And then after 7 days, I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear what comes up for you, what you'll be able to achieve. So visit our website, www.drstemy.com and www.drstemspeaks.com. Now, let's get into the show. Hello, everyone. You know what I love about this show is before we start, I always ask all my guests, is there anything that I cannot ask or that we can't talk about? And I can tell you how ready they are, because when you ask someone and they say, to be honest, there's nothing that I can't talk about because then I'm ready to share. Then you know that you have someone who has gone through the process, who is now ready to help other women, transform their lives. That's the best that I can say. So I want to welcome Caroline Palmy. I always want to say Caroline, but it's Caroline Palmy. Hi, Caroline, and welcome.
Hi, Dr. Stem. It's okay. I mean, here in German, we would say Caroline. In French, you would say Caroline. In Italian, it's Carolina. And then, of course, in the English-speaking world, it's Caroline. It's L-I-N-E at the end. But anyway, it's absolutely perfect. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. You are in which country, by the way?
Switzerland, in the heart of Europe.
She is in Switzerland. I was telling her how I'm loving coming back now with the DrStem Show, because then we have gone international, which means we can interview women from around the world. And today we are in Switzerland. So I'm very excited to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Caroline and I met on Facebook. And I think we are part of some, more groups besides yours. Your group is
Caroline. I think it was Project Positive Change with Lee that we met and connected and fell in love with, because we are both passionate and loving persons.
Positive Change. That's where that was years ago, ago. You're right. And, in a little bit, I'm going to have her tell us also, as we do the discussion, because now she has her own very unique group that I'm also a part of. So let me tell you a little bit about, who Caroline, because I'm African, Zimbabwean, and also English, influence. So we say Caroline. Caroline Palmy is a self-love pioneer, leading the way of women over 40 to release their blocks, regain a deep sense of self, and step into the path to a fulfilled, purposeful life. Using a mix of her personal life experience, powerful intuitive energy, healing, and deep insight, Caroline certainly walks her talk. She's a mother. She's an empath, an introvert, and spiritual Sherpa. I gotta know what Sherpa is in a little bit as well. Caroline is taking all who meet her on a gentle yet potent path of self-discovery and inner healing, leading from the front as she grows in wisdom from her shared adventures. Her books and courses continue to inspire and educate women worldwide. I want to know what a Sherpa is.
A Sherpa is someone who takes you by the hand. It's the Sherpa that guides you up to the Himalaya, you know, the guide along the path. I'm not saying that self-love is reaching a mountain peak. You don't have to go 8,000 meters above sea level, but it's definitely a journey. And I felt when a friend actually mentioned, you're a Sherpa, I thought, yeah, that sounds right. This has the right energy sense for it. I am right there along the way with my clients. I guide them. I tell you, now it's time to rest. Have some water. Have a good cry. You know, all these kind of things. And be extra gentle with yourself. Take rest. Go within. Listen to your answers within. And I'm right beside them. And that's what a Sherpa is and what I feel I am doing with my clients.
Wow, thank you for that. And you know what? It goes very well with this show, because now that I'm restarting the show and starting to interview women from around the world and men, some men come in and they have something that they can share with us that will help us again to transition and transform our lives. Our mission is that every woman given education, empowerment, inspiration, right? They have the right information. They can be healthier, they can be wealthier, and they can be happier. So it goes, with a Sherpa, and we need more Sherpas in here. So I'm just going to start right where it all started from. Who is Caroline Palmy, and what drives the passion, of you being a Sherpa?
I'm born Swiss. I've lived in London. I lived in New York, and I'm back in Switzerland. I was married, have 3 kids, and in end of 2008, when my marriage ended, I had no idea who I was anymore. I realized I was bending over backwards to make the marriage work, to be a good, perfect mom, to keep the family together, to try and make my then husband happy, all to the detriment of completely giving up on myself. Mm. So that's when sort of my journey of reconnecting of who am I? Going back to my teenagehood before I met that man and reconnecting to the music, to the books I was reading, and also learning new things about myself. Mm. I learned about empaths, and I felt sort of, oh, wow, there's nothing wrong with me. For 40 plus years, I felt I'm just too sensitive. Something is completely wrong with me. I've been told, of course, by my late ex-husband that you just need to toughen up.
That's why I want to tell you a secret. It's a little story.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry. It's all the lovely technical thing. I was told by my ex-husband that I was too sensitive, that I needed to toughen up. And I took it in. I felt something is wrong with me. And when I learned about empaths, I thought, oh, that's who I am. And so I could start to accept myself for who I am. Also about introverts. And that led me on a beautiful journey of reconnecting, of accepting myself for who I was. I think so many women, we push things aside. We try to fit into a box. We try to fit in with our peers, at school, later on in life. And and that pushing away part we don't like about ourselves takes so much energy, and it sort of bends us in the wrong direction instead of learning to accept all those parts that make us the unique, beautiful human being we are. We sort of try to fit in. And so I learned all about that, and also about that a friend then told me, "You've been abused." I said, no, he never hit me. She says, emotional abuse. I thought sort of, no. But then, of course, I read all about that. And I thought, yeah, that's true. I've been emotionally abused. And I was in that empath narcissist relationship that is so drawn to each other. Yeah. And of course, I needed to heal. I needed to learn to stand up for myself, because my self-esteem was below freezing, below zero. And all that during a lengthy divorce. And then at the later stage, when I had another relationship that ended, I felt so unloved, so totally alone. Everybody left me. And I said, so something must be wrong with me. No one loves me. And I felt so sad. And then I realized I only ever felt loved when I was in a relationship. And that's why I stayed far too long in unhealthy relationships, because I didn't want to let go of the love. And then I realized I was so needy of love and clingy, and that's not the way to do it. And I said, so there must be something else. So, like everything, love starts within. So I connected to the love within and learned again to accept myself, embrace myself, and nurture myself, look after myself, put myself first, because so often I was overgiving. I said yes to everybody. I was the nice girl, did everything for everyone, but actually I was depleting myself. And so often I was saying no to myself. And of course, not listening to my own guidance and intuition. It still took then another skating accident, actually, when I fell back on my head, had a bad whiplash and a bad concussion. And I was just lying flat. And I had to accept help. I think so many women are afraid or not able to accept help, or not asking for help, because we are trained, we have to do it all on our own. We have to keep up the good smile and everything. Asking for help is like, oh, we are not good enough, Yes. So I had to accept help. And also the painkillers the doctors gave me just made me nauseous, and nothing really helped. So I was looking for other things. Yeah. And asking around, and then friends said, pranic healing. And pranic healing is a bit like Reiki, from prana, from the Indian prana, like chi in the Chinese medicine. Yes. And so I learned all about pranic healing, all the colors, the chakras and everything, and EFT, the tapping.
The tapping, yeah.
And I learned all about that, and it was really an amazing experience. And so I started to doing something for myself. I took the courses, got my mom to look after the kids, and finally ventured out there and did something that Caroline loved to do. And of course, soon after, I started to offer that, and it was still strictly in that scientific approved thing. And then I realized, but it was a bit restrictive. Pranic healing was protocols we had to follow, but there was so much more coming in. When I worked with clients, I was like, but this, and rose petals, and then I thought, there must be more. And meanwhile, I was already connecting to the angels that helped me not feeling alone, and truly getting through the worst parts of the divorce and everything. And it was angelic healing was then the solution. It was so intuitive. I said, oh yes, that's what I want. And I learned more about angel mediumship because my father died when I was 24. So that was sort of something I was loved to connect to and help other people going through a loss. And yeah, it was really amazing. And I still work with the angels, but I realized I was hiding behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the angels are doing it. And I was but it's more than just angelic healing is absolutely amazing. But it was sort of like, it's my intuition, my experience that can help people. It's heart flow healing is what I call it, because what I say is we come from love, we go back to love, and here on earth, in one form or another, we're all looking for that love.
Oh, wow.
And I love to open the doors to the hearts of gorgeous women so they can be in that flow of love again, that they can really connect to their love. Excuse me. And and that's my passion, helping women to come back to self-love, to the one true love there is. Because self-love is love to be here on earth, connected to Mother Earth, connected to Father Sky, connected to the universe, and just shining our light and sharing that with the world.
Wow, wow. And you can tell your energy when you start talking about that your energy changes. And it's you can tell that okay, she's passionate about this.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you can tell. So you lived in New York. Do you remember that show that has the Long Island medium? The lady, I can't remember her name.
I heard about that. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
So maybe that you mention it, it's time to watch it once. I
Yeah.
think it even airs here in Europe. So yeah.
Yeah, and you can find like sniddy bits of her shows on YouTube. That show was always intriguing to me of, how she connects with the people that have passed, on, and how also she helps them, with healing those that are left on earth with the healing, because now they can connect, with loved ones. So when you say medium, I was like, oh, so she's like the Long Island medium.
Yeah, it's sort of that because grief blocks the heart. And that's often is in a healing session, and I come to the heart area, and most of the time, a loved one shows up, and all they want to say is, oh, you're so loved, and you're amazing, you're doing great, and keep going. And it's really nice when you have that extra touch and support. And
yes.
Mhm.
So you are practicing now where you actually work with people just like we are talking now, with the healing process?
Yeah, I work online via Zoom, yes, with people across the world that are going on a journey to, reconnect with who they are, or finally stepping into the woman they were always meant to be. We can be exhausted, we can feel not worthy, not good enough, like we're on a hamster wheel, like we lack joy. Sometimes we lack joy or passion or purpose. We're just doing the same old. We live in a gray world, but actually there's this rainbow colored, wonderful world out there when we can release, heal our past.
Mm-hmm.
I have my hope system of healing your past, opening your heart, prioritizing yourself. I think that's what so many women need to learn, to fill up their jar before they serve. And let me tell you, when I learn to fill up my jar and connect to the love within, the love I have for my children is just magnified. It's just amazing.
Yes.
And E is then for emerge, evolve, and empower yourself. I think that's female empowerment, and so many women shy away. 10 years ago, empowerment, it felt like a bad word, but actually when it's yourself empowerment, it's just like you stepping into your potential, into what you were meant to be anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are watching or that will be watching, the show, what changes would you say from the time that you went through the divorce and, was going through, the challenges that you were going through? What changes did you see, when you were now on the other side after doing this healing process that you are now helping other women heal?
First of all, the worst day of my life was when my marriage ended. And it's actually now the best day of my life, because that's when my life started to change, when I learned to reconnect with me. I was this really shy, completely burned out, feeling worthless mother who tried her best to please everyone, to coming here, healing all those wounds, stepping up, releasing that relationship, stepping out of that power tangle with my ex, and being here and saying, I am so happy, I am so proud to being me. I've sort of come full turn, and I love my life. I absolutely love my life, and I feel energized every morning. And yeah, it's pure joy and love and rainbow. It's not that every day is a great day and I don't have ups and downs. That's life, but it's not like that complete exhaustion, dreading, feeling in a hamster wheel, trying very hard, but having that passion and that purpose and feeling good about saying no to people and knowing they're not offended, and having like-minded friends or like-minded people, and being with you on a show like this and sharing my experience. How amazing is that? And I always say, if I can just reach one person with my message, just one person, heart to heart, then my mission is done here. So
wow, no wonder why we connected, and no wonder why we've been doing things like this for years now. We've been connecting one way or the other, whether I'm on your platform or you're on my platform. It's because that's my heart as well, that if I can change one person, one woman, one man, one child at a time, then I've done my work. So because our hearts are in that same space, I see why we are continuously aligned and also working together. I see the work that you do and the work that I do, right, as work that is much needed in life, that many of us literally do not take time to to do or to experience. And I'm always telling people that I see my life, my body, and everything as a vehicle that drives me to live this life, right? So when I am thinking of my life as a vehicle, body, mind, spirit, and everything as a vehicle, there is no way, and nobody that I've ever heard that drives a vehicle for, I'm 57 now. So for 57 years without doing a maintenance check, oil change, tire changes and engine checks, and for 57 years, come on now. So I say to people, the reason why I am also inviting all these practitioners, women, men that have different ways or different modalities of healing and treatment is because you never know which oil change you need, or which, even when we do an oil change, remember there's so many types of oils that you can put in your car. So I can't put one that is not, the one that's for my car, right? Yeah. So I say that for those of you that might be listening and saying, oh, she's talking about medium and she's talking about, angels. You never know what will work. And I am one person that throughout my life, I would try, and experience different modalities because I work with people. My role is to encourage, empower, educate, inspire, motivate other people to live their best lives. So as I'm doing that, I need to be living my best life. I need to be healed. I need to be complete so that I can share fully, right? So I like what you're doing because then it gives us, even just talking to you now, it's almost like, okay, I'm one that usually like loud and stuff, but talking to you every time, I'm like, okay, relax, calm down.
Taking a deep breath and just relax.
Yeah.
And that's it. We're so busy. So many people are out there, and doing. And actually, what it needs, it's more being in here, more being, less doing, and being more present. And I help women to come back to themselves, to their inner calm, inner peace, and also allow that space. Because so often when we just quiet, then the stuff comes up, And that's why we rush to keep busy, shy away from it, or stuff it down with chips or whatever. Yeah. But when we can hold that space and just breathe it all out and let go, and then come to the wonderful, wonderful inside, reconnect with our soul, our purpose. That's just a precious, precious experience.
Yeah. So whilst we are on that, right, tell us a little bit about the group that you formed and the programs that you have, because I realize that you have your own group as well.
Yeah, I have a membership. It's called Circle of Love, because I'm all about love.
Hello.
And it's a group where we meet monthly for a gathering. We exchange, we listen, we support each other. And then I guide the women through a deeply healing meditation, taking in whatever everybody wants to release or ask for. And during that meditation, there's always space for guidance for each one, because I can't tell them this is for you or that is for you. We all have our own inner guidance. We just need the space and someone to facilitate that. And that will be me. So I have this group program that is once a month. And then, of course, once a month, we have a guest teacher like the fabulous.
Yeah, I did.
Yes,
I was.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I loved your energy, and thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I also have a one-off heart flow healing session if it's just a topic, or if you want to sort of see how it feels. And then, of course, I have my 12th week. I call it 12th week, but it's 12 sessions. It can go, of course, every other week. Self-love journey, where we go through my hope system and go deeply releasing and healing and touching base. And that's really fabulous, because meeting the women week after week and seeing how much they're blooming and smiling and how much more space there is. And when they have that space, how they can grow, and get in touch, and all of a sudden things happen and they feel happy or have more clients or reconnect with old friends. And it's just beautiful. And I love to see that for my clients.
Wow. And as you've been listening, I'm sure you can tell what our topic is. It is stepping into the woman that we are all meant to be. So, as you've heard Carolyn, she's all about self-love. She's all about self-empowerment. She's also about self-healing or healing, for you in order to be that woman that you were meant to be. And as she said, she has a group. It's called Caroline's, right? Circle of
Circle of
Love.
Love. Yeah.
Yes, it's called Caroline's Circle of Love on Facebook. I encourage you to join it and, talk to her so that you can join other women. And what I love about it is you are now joining with other women from around the world. So it's not just, central to your environment of where you live, but now you can join with other women, from around the world. So it's a membership program that I encourage you to, explore. We will have links wherever you will be watching this, replay. You will have links to just click and connect with her on her website as well as, in the groups as well. I know you've written books as well.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about those books.
Yeah, I published 2 books, and the first one is all the stories about reconnecting with myself. And both books are similar. They have around 30 independent chapters. You can go from A to Z and read it, A to Z, and read through it. Or just open the book at one chapter and read that. And there's always sort of an insight at the end of each chapter.
Yes.
It's memoir, so I share my story and I hope I inspire people with it. And at the end, there's sort of some insights. And yeah, it's honest, it's deeply touching, and writing a book is another healing journey on its own. And I had many feedbacks that people, they read through it and then sometimes they have it like an oracle card deck, the book, and they open it and go to that chapter or that exercise. Oh, this is just what I needed. It's just perfect. And yeah, you can get it on Amazon or check out on my website as well. The second book is all about that reconnecting with that love. It's all about that self-love.
Awesome. Do you have recorded meditations that you have as well?
I have on my healing shop, there's one thing that I truly love to share. It's my healthy bedtime routine. It comes in 3 forms. First, a video, I explain all the tools I'm going to use. Then there's a PDF. So you have sort of the step-by-step you can put on your night table, and also an audio, you can just listen to it. And it's about clearing your energy and coming back to your heart and to a more calm inner space. And of course, it's very helpful you do that before you go to bed. Then you don't carry everything into your night, so you have a restorative sleep. But you can do it throughout the day, because it's like clearing our energy system is like taking a shower. We do that with the body, or we have like with the car, we go through the car wash regularly.
Exactly.
But so many people don't know about clearing their energy system.
Yes.
So that's an easy step in getting to know my voice, see how I feel. So that's the healthy bedtime routine. There are meditations there, and also healing webinars on specific topics like clearing relationships. Also, there is my media page with the podcasts, the video interviews, with articles I wrote, and that's sort of like a free resource you can always go back to and watch as well.
Awesome. I asked because then, throughout the years, I've had people that said, you have such a soothing voice. So to have somebody else who has a more soothing voice than mine, I hope she has something recorded. So I'm excited that you do have something recorded. Once again, we're going to have her website available to you wherever you'll be watching this. I could talk to you forever, because now it's like you just brought that But this show is only, a certain amount of time that we have. Do you have any words of parting before, we go, Carolyn?
I just want to send love to everyone out there watching it. And if you have a question, reach out to me via contact page or my website. Always happy to hear what your insights are. And yes, you are loved. Never forget, you are so loved and you are amazing. Keep going.
Awesome, awesome. If you're listening and watching this, and you're one of those people that can come in, like Caroline did today, and be our guest, and you have something to share, something that will encourage, inspire, and empower another woman to be the best version of herself, I want you to email us at drstemshow@gmail.com. You can also visit us on our website, www.drstemshow.com, and submit in an intent to be our guest. Would love to talk to you as well. I am not going to add on any more words than what Caroline said. Caroline, thank you so much for being our guest today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And as I always say, this is Dr. Stem. Be encouraged.